Alright, so I saw this one come in on. Actually, one sec, I need to get the background music going. Let's do. We haven't done Stardew Valley in a while. Let's do that. So, this was posted to the general monstertrain Discord, and let me double check what the context was. I think there was a lot of back and forth. You know what? Let's just play it. There's a lot of back and forth. I think they were just like struggling to figure out how to beat Divinity or something. Okay, we got Rage Fell. I don't like seeing chased here, but the rest is middle of the. The rest is like not easy, and these starters are not that good. Hornbreak is good, but the rest are poop. Alright, just cultivating. Easy choice there. Thorn Fruit over Tempered Talisman. Tempered Talisman is actually pretty good with the setup. I mean, I have a Vine Grasp, torches, even the Restores, and the Hornbreak. But Thorn Fruit is kind of just a draw upgrade with 10 damage a turn. I have to think Thorn Fruit is better. Now, we're not necessarily strong here, but I have these Hornbreaks, and to a certain extent the Vine Grass. I think we can take the money. Mark of Invasion kind of helps our scaling. This is a weird one, but I think what I'm gonna do here is this so that I can kill one of these, because then all the other scaling goes to the steward. Maybe I should have tried to not leak there, but it's fine. Just trying to make sure I'm not losing to this boss. Is it better to hurt myself here? I don't think so. It probably is for the torch. Maybe not. Maybe the. Yeah, so we get through here with only one leak. We probably could have got through with no leaks at all. Okay, over leaned into trying to scale that steward. Clearly I didn't need it against the easier boss there. Who doesn't have scourges and doesn't have lifesteal. Just a razor sharp edge, I guess. Most likely, yeah, with chased. Yeah. Fledgling imp. I would have to imagine, yes. I don't want to overthink chased. Definitely go to here, try to get a plethora of good stuff. Got health and multi. -2 Railbeater. Two great units, but when you see a multi, this is just better. We would now another nice thing about Railbeater compared to like Horn Warrior, for example, is I would have to take 25 health here on Horn Warrior. I don't need that here. I already start with 30 extra. Like I start with, you know, instead of 5 health, I start with 40 health. And I'm striking essentially like 3 times. So we are actually striking the same amount of times. That's why I think people really undervalue Railbeater. Alright, Endless is great. Or wait, right there. I would have done Quick there as well. Large Stone would be the only miss. So that was a good Merchant of Steel. To be fair, we had like a 70... Well, we had a 75% chance for it to be decent, 50% chance for it to be really good like it was. I don't think we need any of this. So this can just be a little bit of supplemental damage here. We got the Endless Imp. Things are looking good. I probably will just have Sentient be a throwaway, and then I'll run double Railbeater. Hopefully, we'll go here again. We're looking for quick or multi. It's still a 50-50. I could still get a multi or a quick from that Awoken Banner as well. Also, another great thing about Railbeater is that now if I find a Horn Warrior, that's also another way to get a pretty easy, you know, multi. So, yeah. Spikes, and they love throwing these clergymen at me. I suppose my deck is pretty decent for it. I think we need the money if we're going to make use of the steel. This will be an easy win. I can't imagine I will have much struggle this run, so definitely not a Cursed Seed. I think this will just be more of an Imp My Train. Self-infuse that. Now we don't have to Hellhunt a Fledgling, which is nice. And the only thing that I guess sucks is the Divine Temple placement from here on out. But that's fine. I can deal with it. So between this and this, we're bound to hit. That's a miss. There's no way I would take any of these, so why don't we just... And honestly, even if I find a good... I would not pivot to Husk at this point. We're just better off with the Railbeater. So I think I'm going to re-roll, just see what we're working with here. Okay, multi. Yeah, those are bad. I mean, Shattered Shell wouldn't be bad, but I already have just a better unit. We could settle for just multi-strike. Maybe we get Animus' Feet here. Maybe we don't. Now, if I don't, we have the Horn Breaks to mitigate quite a lot of damage. have a chump blocker. Maybe we find a steel worker then, if we don't find Animus's feed. Yeah. The other option is I just only run one Railbeater with the triple strikes. It's also an option. So, as I look through, I mean, it's a long time to even have an option at a steel, and it's not a great option. It's opposite really good stuff, and this steel sucks. So we might as well just take the multi. It does open up a little bit of what we can do. Now, do we need to think about like stealth boss? Like I could just put like 25 health on that Wildwood Custodian. Going to the Hell Vent for sure here. Just see what this is first. Dante. Well, obviously that would work too, but as we saw, the steals aren't great from here on out, and I already got a unit that works, so there's no need. But I would say you're never wrong for going Dante if you just want an easy win. But I'd rather just do this the way that we're doing it. To show a more standard thing to do. I mean, this is really standard. Just Railbeater fledgling it. It's a thing. I may just run Sentient with these, with the Railbeater. It has 3 strikes. I might even end up with a 4th strike, depending on what we find here. There's more chance at multi-strike than there is at... Also, should I let this thing get hit? I actually do think I should. Let's go like that. We're doing quite a lot of damage. Jeez, how many units are in this deck? I feel like I've played out like a million stewards. Quite literally a million. See how much damage this thing outputs? You'd have to have... So at this point, now that I'm striking 3 times... You know, the second and third hits get double damage, so it's like I'm striking 5 times. Can you get a horned warrior to get to 5? I suppose you could, but it's just so... You know, yeah, we found 2 multis, but like I said, there's Animus of Will, there's Horned Warrior, there's One Horned Tome. There's a lot of ways in this combo to get Railbeater absolutely slapping. I mean, look at this. Since the others are really bad, I might just take it. It's another multi-strike. Now we really don't have to... oh, and we're quick. Okay, yeah. I mean, we could do... There's so many ways we could do this. We had the Horned Warrior option as well, but the quick will be better. Now, generally, I will say quick is not necessarily something you always want to run when you're running Cultivate, but it doesn't matter here because I don't need the scaling portion from Sentient. If the run sucked enough, which it generally with Hellhorn it's not going to, but if it's something like Umbra or Stygian, which can easily miss on scaling, then you might think twice about quick sometimes, especially if it's like a sweeper, because then you're just not gonna scale enough if your scaling offerings suck on that run. So, and now I still have a few options here. Like, I could run Sentient. I'm probably eventually going to Hellvent this Railbeater. I guess this Hellvent's kind of wasted. It is a 4 Hellvent map, though. Jesus. Wait. Okay, yeah. Is it possible to have a 5 Hellvent? It's a 4 Hellvent map. I mean, I would say this is kind of a blessed seed so far. I would say just draw. I mean, the game plan here is, I'm probably going to run 2 of these Railbeaters, even though I can't Hellvent it now. Like, we'll fuse them together. I mean, honestly, I could just do it now, and... So here's my thought. I could do it now, and then just put the Animus into one of them. It's not the end of the world. Functionally, it doesn't change that much. It even saves me some shards and just gives me that second Railbeater already, which is going to be pretty good. I think I actually will just do that game plan then. Could have went left and went for a Horned Warrior, but whatever. Definitely going to take... Oh my gosh. And there's Gurg's Goad on top of it all. Jesus. Alright, we're going to have to give our friend who submitted this one some advice, because there's some fundamental stuff going wrong here if we're losing on this. I don't know that we need... What do we need the least? Like, if it's... I don't want to overestimate, like, the possibility that Stealth Boss might be miserable. So I think maybe the torches at this point can go. We're not really using Sentient other than as a throwaway, but the restores would be better as a throwaway because it can just heal her back. And we would do Explosive, but I'd rather get more max health. I would say, though, if it looked like I needed to run like just the one Railbeater with Sentient, it could be worth actually going Explosive there. Just kill one extra unit, or maybe 2, and let Railbeater do the rest. I doubt anything's leaking here. 25 shards, easy troop, easy boss. Like, I am incredibly strong to top it all off. Could actually run these here. Now the quick, this is an example of quick is like not necessarily good here because I'm losing out on scaling, but it's all good. Alright, hopefully we get one of these imps at least. I should probably just kill that and not be greedy. Yeah, we're doing some damage here. Not much more to this deck than the Fledgling Imp, to be honest. No need to click much more here. I'm essentially, I mean, think about how much damage I have between these, all that melee weakness. I am quick, so we're not going to have to worry about Ember Drain. Engraft could be worth considering there, if I wasn't quick. Another Tome. I don't even think we really need a Inferno here. I mean, we're just pretty strong. I will say, we may need to think about the fact that top floor Divinity sweeps us. And like Inflame would actually be somewhat okay there. I think I will actually take it. Just in case I don't ever find any other defensive option, because heal doesn't really help us, right? Now we could go either way here. I could, I guess, maybe afford some of the time a Trinket here. I've already got like a pretty good one. Ashes is maybe the only other one I would want. Maybe a Railhammer. I also think I should do the Animus of Speed right now instead of self-infusing the Fledgling Imp. I don't necessarily need the double infuse on the Imp right now. But, man, we do have a lot of bad cards in the deck. I think I should go to the right. The only thing that sucks is I might actually give up that Helmet. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I won't. Maybe I won't. I don't know. I think we go to the right. And I think removals are pretty important right now. Alright, we luck out. We get a -2 there. Yeah, honestly, it wouldn't be bad there either, but this makes it so I don't have to, like... I can actually play this right now instead of it being a dead weight. So we'll do that. I might even do the Purge, I don't know. So as you can see, I can only afford one here, but all three of them suck anyway. Oh well. I might... So we should do this, like I said, the Animus first. Put that into one of them. Very sensual. Still think I keep the units. In case it's stealth boss. We really don't need torches. Debating doing that as well. I think I will. If it's Sycophants, I don't think I'm worried. It is nice to have the Vinegrass to ping my own Fledgling Imps. So, just keep the money for now. Alright, the mark is fine. This is easy. This is the easiest of everything I could have hoped for. Alright, we just put the both of them down. Put you mid, I guess. Only other question is... As long as there's only 3, I can kill them all before they get to me. That's the quick one as well. We want the quick one in the back. I'll be honest, so I didn't check that, so my bad on that. Here's where the Vinegrass would be nice, right? I'm gonna try to get the money this time. I think I should be fine. I mean, Sentient pretty much... Oh yeah, we got this now. Yeah, these Vinegrasses are gonna be good. Sentient, definitely not a bad throwaway. I'm getting extra draw from her, and I'm clearing out a unit each time, so... certainly decent. Just got to make sure we're scaling this for the boss. This is still like tough to play, honestly. Need to make sure that I play that each turn. How? Oh, they're striking 4 times. I was like, how are you not dying? And obviously, we don't want to kill that. So, let's just move you forward. And do that. I think at this point, this would be alright to play. It'd be nice to get that thing to 2, though. I actually think that just fledging it would have been better there. I don't know that the one-horn tome does much for me, actually. Like, as I just realized that there, I'm like, 1 extra strike versus more rage to like my 8 strikes. Probably should have just kept playing that fledgling it, but you know, we'll remedy that later. We could take a rail spike. Okay, we could do a branding right. That is 15 armor. Last Stand is not necessarily good into Chase, but it'd be pretty good into Divinity just to end everything before it gets out of control. You can just do Last Stand. We'll be doing so much damage that it'll just, even if I top deck it, by the time round 4 or something comes around, I'll have a thin deck with double draw. Things will be good. Granted, I am Howl Venting here. I don't have to. Like, I could just go to the right. Cost reductions could be pretty good. Especially, yeah, Last Stand and One-Harm Tome. I might just put it into Last Stand because it's more important than One-Harm Tome. But yeah, let's just do this. I will do the self-infuse now, though. So we're right at 100. Considering our defensive concerns, I may not actually go super high on shards. This might be the last shard that I take. Still got one more chance at another -2, so like I could bring that down to 2 at least. I could also just permafrost it. That's actually pretty good. That makes it a lot better into 2 chased. I could hold out for a -2. We don't need it for this fight. We don't probably need it for that fight. We only really want it for chase, but mainly divinity. So let's hold out. I have this Merchant Magic I'm hitting here. We can put that here. We want this to always be 0. Could Surge Stone one of them, I guess. Surge Stone another one. Let's get that down to a 2. Could double stack this. That's actually pretty good. Card wasn't bad before, when it used to be able to double stack it without increasing the costs. I could just have a 1 cost 8 rage 10 card. That's a decent card at that point, right? Don't know if restore is worse, but at this point. Could also intrinsic. I don't know. I will do -2 on the last stand if I see it, though. This is the one downside of putting it to 2, right? But it is what it is. Put you there. Do that. Do that. So, you're the quick one. Believe we already kill it just with the 1 in flame. So yeah, even with the 1 in flame, we're still killing it here, but still do that, I think. Haha. Though, yeah, I guess I can't. Whatever. We go for the flying kill at least. If we're doing that much now, think about how much we'll do later. Ascension did get murked there. Might as well greed for this, right? Please come to the top. Alright, you're definitely dead now. Boom. You know it's a strong run when you're 2-turn boss rushing ring 6. Now these are not so great. Channel Song, as I've said, isn't even good for pulling out token units because it gives them 20 health. When I'm quick, yeah, that's just no good. Like I said, we're going double draw, even though I may Hellvent this fledgling imp, I'm not sure yet. Here we're definitely going to the right though. There's the -2. I will go above the shard count to do this. This is so much easier to play at 1. Now that might be my Hellvent, I don't know. Cost me less shards. I think it makes sense. We'll get rid of Steward still. I can keep the 25 health dude. He could like maybe go down and get me another extra draw here and there. A lot of intrinsics on this run. Another thing, if I really am worried, I could always run Cultivating top. Then I'm at least getting 3 health. It would counteract the sweep a bit. But I'm pretty sure we're just going to go for the flying kill. Go for the style. I think when you have a Railbeater and you have all of this rage, your plan against Divinity is absolutely fine to just be super aggressive. Just kill him. Now, spikes is a little iffy here. That's 5 entire spikes. Now, we could have the option to just take the trial, not use the Animus Speed Railbeater. Take our quad striking Railbeater. Yeah, probably just not worth the risk, which is unfortunate. Like if I'm actually going for score, kind of do want to try to beat this with the trial just for a little bit of a challenge. It should be plenty doable. The thing is, so let's say I just use my non-quick quad striking Railbeater. That'd be 20 damage to me a turn. Yeah, that's just not doable. It's just not doable. So spikes is always the worst trial at this point in the game. So be it though. Put you in the back because you're the one with quick. There's a bit of a downside to running Sentient here because I do get Ember Drain, but it is what it is. I'd rather get the extra draw still. Alright, we can go there. Let's get the money. At least I'll get that money. I'm just not going to use that on this run. If I already have the two of them. I'll be fully Ember Drained if I do this. Actually, no I won't. I need to do it in order to not get Ember Drained, so it's actually the right call. I could put this in. 8x4. Don't know that what I'm really drawing for at this point. Probably just Vine Grasps. Well, I mean, if that's... I got all these Vine Grasps. I can just do this. That was super messy, but whatever. Play one of them while I have Ember to do so. Another option we could do is Hellvent a Railbeater and self-infuse it, since one of them is not infused. Certainly an option. I guess he was dying anyway, and I didn't need to do that, huh? Let's do that just to give that guy a little more health. Not give him the satisfaction of killing my Railbeater. Fire Grow maybe. It's a little anti-getting the imp, but our deck is so thin. And I do kind of need energy. I don't know though. I still do lose some Ember to Sentient against Chase. It does suck to draw this though, before the imp. But I think I will take it. They're kind of, all of these are at odds with each other, right? I think because I need the Vine Grasps, well, I won't need them against Divinity. I will take this. Important work could be good. So could the March of Shields. The March of Shields could give me a little extra leeway. A little bit extra leeway. I think I might want the March of Shields more. The important work seems like win more. Gauge is not horrible here. I mean, this thing would cost 0 every time. These would cost 1 or 0 every time, mostly 0. This would cost about the same, about 2 each time. You know, these cancel each other out. This would be worse. Fledgling Imp would be worse. That's definitely a big downside, but I draw it much sooner. I mean, honestly, if the plan is just to draw this soon and then play the last stands out, which that is the plan on Divinity, then it's not horrible. There's definitely some... These also can be, you know, bad. This could be okay. The vine grass definitely get worse. It's definitely a downgrade into chased, I would say. This makes chased considerably harder, which is probably just reason alone not to do it, because chased I'm almost worried more about than you know, the dude. But you know, I do have the thorn fruit and thorn casing potential combo. It's not that good though. We'll see. What am I helmeting? One more last stand or the imp? Like one more last stand is just more flare, even though it's obviously worse into chased. And into chased, it's still like potentially fine. And I'll have a 2-floor setup into chased. Sentient will definitely hold its own. And I'm going to have a thin enough deck. I have triple draw. I think I'll be fine with just one imp. So that's what I'm going to run, is just one imp. Let's do that. 10 there, maybe. Is fine. I don't think we need a shit frost. Good shit frost to Pyro. Probably not worth my money. Might be okay to double stack that. When I have the Pyro, question is that better than those artifacts that I saw? Let's check and see if maybe we want to reroll these. I think I do want to reroll them. Cheater's Hand could be okay. It does mean thorn fruit doesn't generate thorns sometimes, I think. Not really. I don't really draw. Yeah, I don't think it would ever hurt thorn fruit, actually. I'm only drawing 8 a turn. And never more. So it would just put me to 9 a turn. And in fact, it might help me, because there are turns I would draw 10 a turn later when I have a ton of stings in the deck, but I almost don't want them in the deck at that point. So Cheater's Hand could be good. It does mean I can't make any of those other upgrades, though. Well, I could. If I take the money, which I don't know that I do. You know, I don't know that Cheater's Hand does much for me. Not in this deck. I don't even know that the double stack does. 10 is nice to see. These horn breaks are slapping now. Just bring that down. Probably just remove past here. So, don't need restores. Yeah, I think we just remove a bunch of stuff. Make it really unlikely for us to just bottom deck the deck. We don't really need the custodian anymore. That's perfect. This is like the perfect everything for me. And just take one last one of them for the flare. That's our 15th piece of flare right there. Alright, we start with the imp, which is nice. Let's give you some armor. You're also the quick one, which is kind of nice. Let's take you out. This is a fine turn for Pyro. Chase just had to come up here. There we go. At least I don't lose the rage there. Could just use the razor sharp to kill it, but it might want to just go for 3 here. Let's go for 3. Oh. technically fine. The cost reductions weren't there though. So yeah, rail speak wasn't so great in this deck. Would have been a lot better if we just had a little bit more support for it. This is fine, we just have to, and that's a hilarious board there. I think I'll just do this. I think that pulls me out of this. Yeah, now I'm not taking damage, which is what I want to see. Alright, you die naturally, so let's just let that happen. I can give you some health, like... Need to find the space to give our boys some health here. That works too. Let's take this backliner out here. I was a little worried that that would put me out of range, but it's fine. I was going to say, when you have a 2-floor setup, it should move him to the empty floor eventually. So it's the nice thing. A 2-floor setup is almost like a 3-floor setup in that regard, of just like making Seraph not go to your floors. Now, of course, the one exception to that rule is everybody's favorite, my favorite included, Diligent. Diligent breaks the mold on that shit. Diligent does whatever he pleases. Alright, at this point, we may as well just run, you know, both of these. Because there's no more removal of my rage, and we're either getting a flying kill or not. Looks like we're just barely not getting it here. Does this put me over the edge? Damn. Oh, that's close. 78. Valiant effort. I could try to kill mid. All I gotta do is get one hit in. How do I do that? I don't think I can. The 15 by 3 just fucks me, doesn't it? Oh well. We'll get the flying kill on this other one to make up for it. Probably could have just done a mid-floor setup on that one, honestly. If I was... Well, it'd have to be a bottom-floor setup. Don't have the pip for a mid-floor. Alright, let's take the one that has quick. Give it armor. Put you in. Put you... mid. Okay, we got those that we can do next turn. Actually can do this right now though. Might as well make that 0. Hopefully I didn't overestimate my ability to kill here. Don't think I did though. I think we're going to be doing quite a lot of damage here. So I'm doing 4. 60. Think we should get it next turn. A little risky, but no, like I said, it's all good. We want to be able to survive the 12 here. Got him. Alright. To be fair, usually I would find hopefully like a tiresome, I mean, as if it wasn't blessed enough, I'm like complaining, but like usually I might find something like a tiresome climb or a alloy of the ancient that would make that a lot easier, but as you can see, they just weren't needed. But it was a little close. So, still though, pretty fun. 64k, not too bad. Yeah, it's a tale as old as time, just a Railbeater. Use it. If you're not using Railbeater, you're missing out. This thing is... It was my most used unit until Keeper of Echoes has overtaken it. But it's right there. It's right there with Keeper of Echoes. You're almost always going to be surprised at how much work Railbeater will do on a run for you. Even if it isn't doing what it did here, it's still doing something. It can just be a tank for your like sweeper or something. Or a tank for like a trampler behind it. That's also pretty good. I mean, melee weakness with trample is a nice combo, right? So let's see what Shinryu... Oh, I think this is Sarcastic Salamander. He streams on Twitch pretty consistently. Yeah, he has a different in-game name, I remember. So he took the Dante, which to be fair would have technically been more powerful than what we ended up with, though a little surprised to see that he didn't go the Endless Rage Imp. That probably would have got him much higher score. But, you know, Razor Sharp Edge works as well. I think I still stand by not taking Dante at that point, though. As we kind of saw, the Merchant of Steels weren't that great. And we already had a winning game plan. Yeah, so it's strong. Like, you can use the Razor Sharps on it. It just doesn't quite kill as fast as ours does, though. You know, there's not any flying kills here. So, still obviously solid, but not the crazy power level that we had. Okay. Yeah, I think I would still take a Thorn Fruit over the Tempered Talisman, all things considered. It helped our draw quite a lot, and overall, I think it did at least as much damage as this would do anyway. And then I think we just saw different paths otherwise. And then Aquan... Yeah, so obviously not that this is bad, this is still going to work. They saw a Steelworker as well, which we didn't see. That would have helped, but taking this over the Railbeater when I already see Multi-Strike in the Merchant of Steel is a big no-no for me. As I kind of outlined, you're getting way more stats from even just a one Multi-Strike Railbeater is getting you the same overall damage that you're getting from the triple striking Horned Warrior, while also providing you, instead of 5 health, you're getting 40 health, and 30 of that health is in the form of armor, which allows you to do fragile stuff, right? You can do One Arm Tome, you can do Horned Warrior Infusion, which you're not getting any of that from the Horned Warrior. I would say that it is borderline objectively better just to take the Railbeater in that scenario. That being said, he at least had this, the Fledgling Imp. And this should still work. It's not like this is a bad thing to have. You still have a triple striking unit at the end of the day, 2 of them. But keep in mind, look at the downside here compared to what my Railbeaters, like now I had an extra thing that I didn't have to put that 25 health into, right? Which could be another quick or another another multi-strike, which we had in that case. So this would have been just probably a lot easier if they could have used, you know, quick, right? Other than that, I like the imp. I don't like not taking some last stands though. Like this over last stand is not huge on that. This is, I guess, okay because you're using health and you need some sort of a defensive plan. Though I will say there is a certain point where if you're using enough armor, Awake becomes not so great. This would be better, I think, if you were using Sentient on your floor with them, but I have to imagine you weren't. I also don't like the Ember upgrade, even though you have the Thorn Fruit. A big part of this plan is just finding Fledgling Imp. So I don't know. I don't know that the Ember gets you much there. I also really don't like the Pip here. I don't know what the plan there is. That Pip, unless you're gonna take another Imp, that just Pip just doesn't do anything. The rationing scales also doesn't really make sense unless you were going into that. Okay, 100. That spikes was iffy. I don't think you needed that spikes. There's no way that 400 gold was worth 147 pyre health. I can tell you that right now. Yeah, definitely not. 147 damage taken. That is maybe the most damage I've seen taken and still survived. Yeah, you need precious plating for that to happen and be at like full health and then nearly die. So then you're forced, so it's like you basically had to, you gained 400 gold to spend maybe 260 or whatever this was, so you're only gaining like 130 gold at the price of, you know, we'll take split the difference there, 97 pyre health, not worth it. Pyre health is not I disagree that pyre health is a resource. Pyre health is pyre health. If you pay for it now, you're gonna pay for it later. Yeah. I would much rather be able to leak, even though I never did. I would much rather be able to leak than just getting some gold for that, which, again, what did it probably get you? Maybe it got you the thorn casing, which doesn't really do that much. The pierce doesn't matter. At that point in the game, the pierce does not matter. And the 10 damage is almost negligible. I think you would have been better off just removing more cards than buying that. So, yeah, I mean, there's definitely some power here. Like, there's this. These are still good, even though I go back to what I said earlier, you would have been better off with Railbeater. Significantly better off, by the way. I don't like this because, if I recall correctly, it was up against stuff that we needed more. You know, this is only good in the best case scenario where you're drawing it after the Fledgling Imp. So it's basically just helping your high roll and not covering your low roll. What you want to do is cover your low roll in situations like this. And again, with a Fledgling Imp, as you're scaling damage, I really would have took Last Stand over the likes of like Cycle of Life. And I think you just straight up skipped the other one. So oh wait, no, we only saw it once and I Helvaned it twice. So you only saw it once, but wasn't it against Cycle of Life? I think it was. Either way, whatever Cycle of Life was against, I guarantee you something was better than this. I'm not going to say it's never worth taking, but I'm going to say it's almost never worth taking. It's just really bad. You had to invest, you know, I'm going to call it 110 gold into it to make it playable, and at that point, it's still not that good. You're getting more. You're getting much more from Awake. Awake is not even a good card, but it's a lot better than Cycle of Life. So yeah, I would say the reason I think that this loses to Divinity is so it died to the waves. I mean, honestly. Let's see, you're getting 10 armor a turn, so sweep shouldn't be an issue. That's getting nullified. You have the ability to heal back. You have even some powerful restores. You have the armor. So, like, your units shouldn't be dying. They aren't quick, though. That's a big thing, right? Keep in mind, I had a quick unit. That is definitely not nothing. Now, you can chump block one hit. With the extra... And with the extra... I gotta say, though, with the extra pip, I would have definitely been taking a second fledgling there. I still am not entirely sure what the thought on the extra pip here was. I guess maybe you were going middle, which is just not... I wouldn't recommend that here. There's no reason to need to go middle. You can absolutely... Yeah, like I said, the steelworker here nullifies the top floor sweep. So, you know, your Hornbreak can take out the backliners that do a ton of damage typically. If you had just been able to draw better, I do think with... Instead of taking both these upgrades, I do think at least one draw upgrade would have gone a long way, but double draw especially would have gone quite a long ways. So it's like the overall game plan was similar to what I had. So like your head is in the right place. You're just not optimizing a lot of stuff. You know, this is not optimal to the Railbeater. This is not optimal to whatever else I picked there. I can't even remember, but I know that it was just something I needed more than, like I said, the high roll here. I needed to cover that. And yeah, just draw consistency and taking cards that are just better value, especially toward what you need. You know, even though these aren't Railbeaters, you still, if you had 3 last stands, you could have just rushed down Divinity, absolutely. And this doesn't, like, 10 health. 10 health versus literally doubling the rage on your entire floor. So that's the things I would probably try to look to optimize. But your head is in the right place. You probably had a pretty strong run up until, and you know, just some other choices too. Like recognizing that the spikes is pretty tough. The spikes was more takeable for you than it was for me, I will say that. But still probably not worth it at that point. Like I don't know. And again, maybe just the fact that you were locked to 50 health instead of, you know, 150 or whatever. Maybe you just survive whatever leaks these were. Right? And then you just win anyway. But anyway, that was a fun run. I liked that run. I would consider it decently blessed. And there's a lot of good stuff. The only thing it was missing was like a tiresome climb. And maybe an alloy or something like that. But yeah, as always, thanks for watching. And until next time, peace.